During World War II, Britain asked a statistician named Abraham Wald to analyze their bombers and where they had been hit so that they would know where to add armor to their bombers. Well, this statistician gave a surprising answer. He looked at where the bullets had hit the planes and he recommended that they add armor in the places that had not been hit by bullets. You see, he was only seeing the planes that had survived and had returned. He wasn't seeing the ones that had been shot down. And he made the assumption that the ones who had been shot down were hit in a different place. So add the armor there. It was actually very wise, but very surprising. And so it is with the Lord and with us. Isaiah 55, 8 and 9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Welcome to Truth Talk with Ed Skipper, published every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We are looking at David's prayer in Psalm 86. Today, verse 11. "Teach me your way, O Lord, and I will walk in your truth. Give me an undivided heart that I may fear your name." Let's just look at that first phrase. Teach me your way, O Lord. If God knows everything and his ways can be learned, then it is a very wise pursuit on my part to learn what his ways are. So I'm going to make it a priority in my schedule to learn God's word and to learn God's ways. There was an investigation into Kobe Bryant and his daughter dying in that helicopter crash as to what happened. And the investigation determined that the pilot had radioed the control tower saying in this foggy weather that he was ascending to get above the clouds, when in fact he was descending right into the hills where they crashed northwest of Los Angeles. And this is typical of what happens to pilots of helicopters or of planes who are relying on their own senses rather than on instruments. They often get disoriented and get it wrong. And so it is with us when we try to figure out what is life about. Who is God? How can I be reconciled to God? What is the purpose of life? We get it wrong without an instrument, so to speak, without revelation from God. We need to know his perspective on things. And so also we need to come to a place where we say, like I did coming to the Lord, I don't know what I'm talking about. I was so proud of what I had learned about philosophy and about people and about the meaning of life. But I had to come to a place at some point where I said, this is not working. God, you teach me your higher and better ways. And so it doesn't work for us to have a know-it-all attitude. We need to come humbly saying, God, you know everything. Show me your ways so I can put them into practice. Now, I'd love to hear from you what you think is the greatest hindrance for people in terms of knowing what God's ways are. What is the greatest hindrance keeping them from knowing God's ways? I'd love to read about that if you're able to respond. And until next time, may you be like David and pray, teach me your ways, O Lord.